What's going on, everybody? We're live. Tonight, I am getting ready for an event tomorrow. Tomorrow is our Crawl for a Cure. Normally, this year, they're calling it Crawling Out of COVID. It's an event that's not an event. So they're not doing like a get together or anything like that. They just have set courses. It's a campground. Everybody can go, but they're not doing like the raffle and blah, 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 blah. So I have my VS410 Pro in front of me here, you guys can see. And tonight my plan is I'm going to go through and kind of do my event prep, since I would normally be doing that the night before an event. So I'm going to kind of just go through everything. I'm working on getting batteries charged on cameras, on radios, cars, all that kind of stuff. So that's the plan for tonight. Just kind of doing my once over. Yeah, hopefully everything is looking, sounding okay. Check in if it is. Nicole is coming with me tomorrow morning. It's a very early morning. So she went and she's getting her nails done prior to the event. So that's where she is at right now. Oh yeah. There's my DJI battery. I've got to get that charging. I've been running this truck a lot this year, so let's see. I just need to do some checking. I think the last time I went through this was, well, I guess I swapped out I swapped a new portal axle into it this winter sometime, but that was the last time I went through it. Since then, I've just been running it. I've got my Suits painted body on here with my custom little rear roll bar that I mounted up. It's all beat up and used. Looks good. I like it. But the important part is what's going on underneath. We'll see how beat up everything. This is my original VS410 Pro. So it has seen a lot of miles. I wonder if I can go to, will this thing catch how much this thing, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, it's got some serious axle rash. Got some smoothed components. Skid plates good and hammered. And the only other things that I've done since then are I've done the new machined rod ends on the rear links, all four of the rear links. I haven't done them on any of the fronts. I could probably do that, especially the uppers. The uppers is usually where I like that. The front lowers I could leave, and then the steering I'm going to leave plastic. Panhard I could do. Not sure if I have any of those here or not. Anyway, switching to your dumpster shelf is crooked. It's not crooked. It is a camera illusion. Only a camera illusion. I've checked it on stream with a level. Let's see. I'll read through the comments. Went to a motorcycle rally and the girlfriend did her nails to match the body. Yeah, Nicole's going to have hers done in pink since it's like a Crawl for a Cure cancer awareness event. UK checking in. What's going on, everybody? If it's that bad, I'll take it. Oh, I like the scratches. So no Nicole or kitties, I'm out. I'm sure the cat will be in here. I'm positive of that. That's almost, yeah, it's taken, I mean, this is my kind of go-to truck, so it takes some serious rash. How do you handle leveling with the portal in the back, not in the front? I'll talk about that in a second. Is that one you're pretty much like first one you grab when you, yeah, this is, if I'm going crawling like an event like this is the truck I grab because it performs awesome. I love the way that it drives. It's super predictable. It does just about anything that everybody else's car would do. It's the very first DS410 Pro. Like this was the car that was in the video, like the release video. So that's, it's just everything. Um, the bottom shelf is crooked. No, it's not. Uh, did your dad? Did my dad give your circle maker back? Yes, he did. John Schultz stayed with me last night, and he tried to tried to snag the circle maker. Didn't let him, but we had fun. Schultz headed up to the event today, so he was only here for a night. Hawaii checking in. Oh, checking in from Mexico. Ben's in Mexico. Nice. Buenos Aires. Nice. North Dakota, Indiana. Buenos Aires. Again. I see extra wheel weights up front. How much weight did you add? Yes, I do have the stainless brake weights in the front, but that's it. That's my only weight that I've added to the truck at all. I don't have brass hubs or anything like that. No brass wheel weights or rings on the inside of the tires. Have you thought about running the new Vanquish underdrive gears in the front to reduce more of the overdrive? I have thought about it, but I've got used to driving this. It's like 29% overdrive, and I've gotten used to it, so I don't feel like I'm gonna, change that. But it was definitely a thought. If you were here tonight, this show would be like better. Well, that's just like your opinion, man. What's going on, Matt? Clear Lake, North Carolina. It's always John Schultz, never Jesse Schultz. I've got less than a week to get my vehicles for Crawlapalooza from the KC. Yeah, that's this one. This truck, I'm pretty sure I could take it, drive it through the whole event, have no issues whatsoever. I'm really positive that I could, but I just feel like it's been a decent amount of time since I've touched this truck, and that it could use a bit of a once over. I can. Front shocks still feel good. This one back here. And it feels like I'm low or almost out of oil. All the rest of them feel good. I haven't rebuilt the shocks on this thing in 2 years, though. So they could probably use it. I don't know if I have rebuild kits here. That's another thing to check. Citrus Heights, not too far away. Matt needs to behave tonight. He is making me look nice. Let's see. Why didn't you make John stay and do the stream with you? Well, for one, I was just prepping the truck. So I was like, I didn't have a kit. Otherwise, make him come back. Do you prefer a Lexan or hard body? For driving, I actually like the Lexan, since I drive pretty hard. I drive this thing on 4S all the time. So I'm pretty hard on it. When you're setting up a crawler, are you setting your shocks stiffer or lighter? I run mine pretty slow. I'll run like a 90 weight oil all around on a VS410 Pro, especially with the speed that I've got. So I slow them down a good bit. Let's go in here. Have you seen my off-road felony? I have not seen an off-road felony. But talking about the portal rear axle, so portal rear, standard front. Now, I did a whole video when I did this setup, and the whole purpose of this is that, portals obviously raise the center of gravity. Also, a standard front axle you can get a little bit more steering out of than a portal axle. And just to keep the center of gravity, most of the weight's in the front, so you can keep it nice and low. You can steer a front axle around things. So pretty easy to get that. But the rear kind of has to just follow. So you add the portal in the rear, it gives you that extra clearance. You can kind of point the front, get up everywhere, and then that little extra clearance in the rear just helps you go past. And then to combat the raised ride height, all I did was take my shocks and move them from the shock mount up high down onto the link screws. So I get like 6 millimeters back out of a total lift of 13 millimeters. So that was so I hardly have any difference in ride height. It doesn't really look much different at all. You really can't tell just by looking at it. We'll tilt this thing down just a little. But it drives so well. And then the only thing is that since you run a portal rear, it's got 2 gears and a portal box, obviously, and that reverses the rotation. So to do it, I actually had to take the third member off, flip it over, and then cut off the ears that make the upper link mounts, and then take a servo mount and modify it. It's a lot. It's not a lot. It didn't take that much work, but it was worth it. Now, I have noticed that my front fenders are good and hammered. I have busted the Lexan clean off. I had some reinforcement on them before, and that it looks like it's failed above that now. So, womp womp womp. So, event on Saturday again. No STL Sunday. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure. Well, I don't plan on going anywhere on Sunday this time, so I might not be a problem. Might make it back in time and have plenty of time to do a stream. So I think that I should, because I'm not staying. I'm just driving up and back in one day. The event is at Bear River Lake Resort, so it's only like an hour and a half for me. So not too bad. Okay. Oh, keep tilting. We can see your. Keep tilting. We can see your. Would a rear portal work on an SCX-10 too? Yeah. Yes. Sure. You just have to do this exact same thing. You have to be able to make sure you can flip the ring gear, or the third member, or you have to have a reverse rotation gear set. The only thing is reverse rotation gear set's the only one I've seen are from Deadlock, and I don't trust anything from Deadlock. So, sounds like effort. I'm out of effort for the week. But where's the Soul Sucker pilot? She is getting her nails done currently. She said, I have a nail appointment at 6, so you're on your own tonight. She had to have her nails done for the event tomorrow. STL Sunday will be a hat dock. Where's my hat dock? And it's called a dome dock. It's right here. Right? Change out the servo. Put the 1,000 ounce inch Futaba in there. So this is the Tekin T360, which is the lowest power servo that I've really ran in a long time. But this has been in there since I built this truck. So I just kind of left it. And then when I put the dig servo in, I figured I'd just go with the Tekin T120 so it matched. You know, why not? Yes. Can we do Stepcraft Sunday? I feel like I need to get that whole thing. Right now it's not very presentable. I would want it to look a lot better and everything. So one of these days maybe. It wouldn't be a bad idea, but it would take a lot of work. So maybe one of those weeks where I have some time previous, so I can get because I'd have to get a streaming setup moved from in the studio to out there, which isn't that much work, but we'll see. We'll see. How's Rage trailer going? I don't know what that means. Are the rear shocks shorter? Nope, same stock 90 millimeter shocks, front and rear. Nothing different there. The channels holes in the pistons of the Pro Shocks are pretty big, so you can use denser 16. Yeah, 90 weight oil is no problem in these shocks. It slows things down, makes things flow. So you gotta make sure not to overfill your shocks. That's the biggest thing. I have one shock that feels like it's, yeah, my right rear here is low on, this one feels good. These both feel pretty good, but this right rear one feels like it's done. It's empty. Let's see. Yeah, my phone keeps going. If you guys didn't see on Instagram today, I had posted on my Instagram story, there was a massive wreck in front of my office. And it was basically a head on, like a front left tire head on. And it was a 12 passenger van, hit head on, and then it veered to the left, hit the curb planter box area, and it went airborne, and it landed on top of a BMW SUV and just cleaned the roof off of it completely. There was nobody in it, thankfully, but it basically just it looked like a car, and it hit it, and it I don't remember if it rolled it or not. Um, and it was and then the van came off of it and landed on its side and a glancing blow off of the building, which in a dark sense of humor, it is a collision and auto body repair shop. Like, right? That wreck was today. Yeah. And there was another one earlier in the week, but this one was today. I like that was right then. So it was a it was crazy. Oh, I see. There we go. Um, between meth heads and car wrecks at your work. Yeah, it's crazy shit happens in front of our office. It's Have you tried RC4 drive Goodyear mud tires? Nope. I don't think so anyway. Are XT60s fine for 3S? I mean, I run XT60s for 4S. So yeah, they're plenty fine for 3S. I mean, it's voltage is not a problem. I mean, you could run tons of it's amperage where you have to worry about things. So but for 10th scale stuff like this, XT60s are the best in my opinion. As far as like the mix between size and ease of installation, everything. They're far better than Dean's plugs. So does the Ultra sit higher than the Pro with portals? It would technically sit 3 millimeters higher, all things being equal. The portal rise is 13 millimeters total. So that's how much taller the portal makes it. And then the Ultra comes with the Ultra comes with 80 millimeter shocks, and the Pro comes with 90. So you got a 10 millimeter difference there. So leaving you 3 millimeters of difference. So technically it would sit 3 millimeters higher. Here is my Ultra. I happen to have it handy. I should bring it tomorrow too. I don't drive my Ultra as much. I drive my Pro all the time. My Ultra drives great, and it's set up basically the exact same. But let's see. If I set the bodies on, so there's the bodies on the two, and it's kind of hard to see, I know, but my camera's not quite a wide enough angle. But I mean, I guess put them nose to nose. I mean, I'm not sure why, but my Pro as it sits is basically yeah, I mean, it's almost maybe a little higher, but I'm not sure. Um, I know it looks like the Ultra might be a little bit, but the Pro actually at the bumper might feel like a millimeter or two higher. Very odd. Nothing like Josh to have a live stream where he has to get his trucks ready for tomorrow, but doesn't actually do anything to the trucks. I know. I know. I should have known this would happen. Like we're but in all truthfulness, really what I need to be doing is making sure that everything's charging. Right now, my GoPro here, this is my Hero 9 is charging right now. PS, the Hero 9 is freaking amazing. Highly suggest. My other GoPro batteries are charged. One's charging here. The rest are actually already charged. My drone packs. I've got to get charging. The radio is charging though. It's really the 9 sucks. The 9 is so far better than any of the other ones so far. Um, it's just the 9 is awesome. So happy with it. You had to do the update right away when you got it so that everything works great or everything is, up to date. So you have all the features, but after that, it's the battery life is awesome. The stabilization is way better. The horizon lock is perfect. And that's what I was really interested in. I don't care about the front screen. So I turned that off. I don't use that. Um, why did Talbot say sound and video was crap from Hero 9? Maybe he got a bump. I don't know. Who knows what Talbot does? Like, um, but I mean, it does fantastic. Um, so I mean, I'm not running an external mic on it right now, which I was at times on my 7, but no need to. But yeah, the 9 is absolutely fantastic. So I'm super happy with that. I've got, where are my GoPros at? So here's my 7, and then I've got 2 6s, and this is a DJI Osmo Action. This one I had like really high hopes for, the Osmo Action, and it was just, I've done all the updates and it's okay. And the 6s were good, and I like them for doing like secondary shots, like other things. I put them on little tripods and place them out where I need them. But the 7 is great, but the 9 is better. It's just better. The VFD Dig in stock at RPP. Yeah, the VFD Dig should be back in stock unless we sold out. But we've been restocking them in the last week or two. But yeah, super happy with the new 9. We know this time you'll not be doing tires. Did you figure out the bike tire issues? No, I haven't actually touched it since last time. It's just on the shelf right there. I haven't touched it though. I'll get to it. And all I have is a Sony AS100 action. I don't know that one actually. So yeah, that's 3700 kV brushless Mamba X and a 4x4 slash. Too much? I mean, not too much. Is it just a 540? I mean, 550, 8 scale? Depends, but definitely not too much. That's pretty normal, I think. Nothing crazy, really. Maybe I should take my Ultra. Or take it as well. The green and gold combo. Kind of like it. I mean, it's basically cleaned and ready to go. Oh, I do have the, I forgot I had the Mad NGH light kit in this. But the light controller is not sticking very well. Either way. All right, I'm not taking this. That was not the plan. Sticking to the plan. But yes, the green and the gold is, I think, a fantastic combination. So we'll get the Ultra off the bench. That was not my plan to work on. In the end, do I really need to do any work? I mean, everything sounded good last time I drove it. Maybe I'll just make sure all my batteries are charged and just wing it for the event. Should take the Ultra for backup. When you drive VS410s, you just don't need backups. Jinxing it. Okay, I need to replace this tripod. Shocks. Yeah, I mean, do I really feel like rebuilding shocks? Do I have a rebuild kit here? Greasing the gears. Yeah, I think I did that last time though. Let's see. Don't know if I have a shock rebuild kit here. At least check the fluid level, lazy. I mean, I could tell the fluid level on the one. It feels, and it's dirty, so I can tell it's got nothing in it. So that one I definitely did something to. All right. I'm pretty sure I have a shock rebuild kit. Hold on. I'm going to go grab a bubbly and a shock rebuild kit. Um, hold on. Hmm. Could have sworn. I really thought that I did have. Hmm. I don't think that I have one. Well, I will. So, yeah, I don't know. Shade tree just run. I think that's what's going to happen. Two bubblies, crazy. I usually have two. I usually just hide one, keep it out of the way. You guys don't know my real drinking problem. Check the air in the tires. That's pretty sure that I almost always forget. Like on the Gatekeeper, I forgot to vent the tires before I left. I got up to 8,000 feet to film, and the tires were just like, so I had to get all of that cleaned up, or, poke them up there. Shocks look bottomed out. No, I got lots. I just, you should ride low. You want your ride height pretty low. You don't want those big Facebook jacked up trucks with 120 millimeter shocks. Is bubbly alcoholic? Never had one. No, it is not. It is only water with carbonation and natural flavors. Um, what's sorry? I can't. That must be a side conversation. I can't see what you're talking about there with the a radio link radio. Um, have a 777 and bought a programmer because the stock servo throw percentage is set at 70%. Oh, there you go. Yeah, if a servos with programmers, like if they are limited themselves and you have a radio, even if you turn the endpoint up, you're still not going to get everything. So if you have a programmable servo, you still need a servo programmer if things aren't set just at like a norm out of the box, or like, say a norm as to what most servos are set to. Oh, I didn't know SpaceX was doing a launch tonight, Phoenix. Huh. So I'm watching SpaceX launch, so don't ask me anything. Huh. Bubbly isn't as fun as White Claw. That's true, but it doesn't give me as bad of a headache. What are you prepping for? There's a big event tomorrow, Crawl for a Cures event, which is this year called Crawl Out of COVID. So that is what I'll be going to. Should be a good turnout. They did so normally they have this huge raffle that takes like 2+ hours and they give away tens of thousands of dollars of stuff. This year, rather than doing that and like gathering everybody in one spot, since that wouldn't be a great idea, they're not doing that. They're just doing like they'll have some prizes and they're just going to write ticket numbers on a board so as people go by during the day, they can see it rather than gathering everybody. And then they did a virtual show and shine rather than, getting everybody together. And then they've already set courses so people can go out, have fun out in the woods, beautiful rocks, beautiful terrain. Um, it's a big campground, so people can kind of spread out and socially distance, but also have the opportunity to go have some fun. But what happened to the roost wheels? Yeah, they're just not in production. Maybe they'll come back, but they also didn't sell all that well. So, in comparison, so they might not. Never know. Let's see. Um, uh, More fishing states. Yeah, my buddy Rob's BMW was destroyed by the van. Glad he was not in the car. Oh, more fishing. Wow, that was your buddy. Oh, that car was absolutely. I think I saw who your buddy was because he definitely did not look amused by the situation. If it will run on 14 volts and I just hook it up to 3S, I won't be able to get the 100% out of it. No, well, yeah. I mean, technically, right, 14.4, but well, what's that? 3S all the way is what 12.6. So wait. White Claw gives you a headache. Maybe you should stick to Zima. I think alcohol in general gives me a pretty decent headache. It seems like Hootie or Aeromax sell a tool to vent tires. Silly price. Oh, that's interesting. I use Lexan scissors or flush cuts. Wasn't there supposed to be a special guest today? Schultz was in town yesterday. He is already at the event though, so he, you know, 49.9 thousand subscribers, almost time. Is my truck built yet? It is not quite built yet. I'm going to work on that thing very soon. Try and get the cage buttoned up, get the body sent off to suits, get everything else installed. I've got some bunch of other goodies to install on it. Should be really fun. And then while the body's getting painted, we'll wrap everything else up and just get that thing just a winner decided and have fun. I'll be looking forward to that. Looking forward to 50,000 and to giving that away. I heard somebody at a local hobby shop complaining today because Vanquish discontinued the 2.2 orange wheels he wanted. Yeah, I mean 2.2s are just not in production either. All popularity's 1.9 right now. We got to keep up with what's what's popular. Are there any new licensed wheels you guys are wanting to come out with, or that's if we wouldn't I wouldn't say in a live video if there was or if there wasn't. Like we would release them officially when we were ready, not, you know. Any updates on Method 105 Gray's been checking every day for a month, still no stock anywhere. They are in production all the time. Um, they do usually go up and sell really quickly, so you just got to catch them when they're there. Otherwise, you got to check dealers because a lot of times what will happen is we'll put them in site. The dealers will come in and just buy them, and then they're on dealer sites. So everybody buys from the same site. We don't hold anything back. We don't do back orders. Otherwise, people would just back order everything, and then nobody would ever get any. So when are you gonna do a no prep crawler race with me? Yeah, right. No prep. I think I would win. You know, going fast in crawlers is kind of my favorite part. So this like this truck here is a 3100 kV Rock 412 that I run on 4S, which you're not supposed to do. But it's ran really well for me for like 2 years now. Yeah, year and a half. So Jeremiah, thank you for the donation. I traded my scaler for two race buggies. One to get my son racing, but I'll be getting a VS410 Pro after the new, and please build it. That's they're not a bad bit. It seems like you gotta build it. If you want to buy it, you gotta build it. It's so much fun. such a good build. So I feel like you'd be wasting such an opportunity to have. Are you bringing the gatekeeper to the event? Yes, I will have the gatekeeper with me. Schultz has his there. I have mine here, and I'll have it up there. So that shouldn't be too long. Hey Josh, is there anything you can tell us about what you can't tell us? I can tell you everything about what I can't tell you. What I can tell you is that if I can't tell you yet, then I can't tell you at all. So yes, I'm not going to keep answering when will this be in stock, when will that be in stock, because that will just go forever and I don't want to discuss that. When it's on the site, it'll be on the site. So watch for it. But I do wish that I noticed that I had completely ripped my front inner fenders off on both sides. These were my original set, and I actually have, you can see in here, I've got like a little piece of aluminum that was a backing plate that I had bolted to the fender, and then finally they just failed above that even further, so. Yeah, I've decided, I bet this truck runs fine. Let's have fun tomorrow. That is VS410 prep. Oh, everything's still fine. Guess what? It still works perfectly. I'm going to plug back in my lights. I really put this receiver at an inconvenient angle. Hold, please. All right, I need pliers. There we go, got it. Okay, done, I think. The only thing I need to do is make sure that I've got all my 4S batteries charged, but that's no problem. So instead, we've got cameras charging. Good there. Will Sookie show up eventually? Here's my tiny little LiPo bag that has all my GoPro batteries in it. And these should all be charged. These are all charged. No kitty born. She'll be here. She's just napping right now. But the receiver is performing. All the things you will go buy for SCX-10-2, VS4 already have. Yes, that's true. And that's why it's already ready to go and done. But so is the TRX4 Sport. Kind of. They just don't perform as well. TRX4 Sports are fun, super durable, but they're just not the same performers. How does the portal and the solid axle work? Is one faster than the other? I did a whole video discussing the gear ratios. You have to do a bunch of gear ratio work. I've got an overdrive ring gear set in the rear and overdrive portal gears to try and average out the ratio. I could take the underdrive gear set that we just came out with and put it in the front and get everything even closer. So right now I'm at about a 30%, 29% overdrive, which is aggressive, but it actually does fine. So, but there's a lot to it. Flipping the third member, all that. Are you filming while you're there? Yes, that's what I've got. My 7 here that's charged. My GoPro, the new Hero 9, it's charging right now. That'll be my main camera, the 9, and then I'll have the other ones just for fun. And then I've got my Mavic charging right now. And yeah, I'm just going to take GoPros and stuff. What about the one shock lacking oil? It'll still be fine. It'll It'll drive fine. Fine enough. Fine enough until I'm ready to go through all of them. So we'll get there. Anyone else hate putting the body on the 10.3 JL? That is quite the pain in the ass to get the body clips under the bumpers and stuff. That is not my favorite part. I forgot my SCX 10.3. It's at the shop and I was going to bring it to the event and I forgot. TRX4 Sport is high CG and skid hangs up. Yeah, it's a pretty high center of gravity truck. Really durable. Just doesn't drive as nice. I have a 12 stroke crawlers, but still need more. And the more I watch these feeds, the more I want to be a 410. Great advertising. Yeah, perfect. Right? That's the whole point. Can I use a stock pinion on a TRX4 Sport with a Rock 412 3100? Yeah, it'll be fine. TRX4 Sports are geared pretty low, so you're kind of fine. I've got overdrive, underdrive in my TRX4. It climbs good. Yeah, I mean, that's what I did in mine too, and it still climbs okay, but not like this or like the trucks I would normally build. Like I wouldn't compete with a TRX4 in most situations. It's still a great truck. It's just not what I would use to like try and go as far as possible. I built a VS410 chassis with VFD trans, SCX 10.3 axles. Not much wheel speed. What do you overdrive the portals or just go brushless? Well, you need to make sure that you've got your overall gear ratio in check, somewhere between 40 and 50 to 1. I also have a full video on how to calculate that if you didn't know. So that's what I would do first, is make sure your gear ratio is in check. Hey, thanks for the donation, Perry G. Trying to remember the old school way to fit XR10 universals in Wheelie King axles. Do you remember? Oh man. I actually don't remember that. I don't actually remember ever having to do that. I think by that point by the time XR10s were a thing, I was well out of the Wheelie King game. Yeah, that was forever ago. I think the locker is the same. I guess it would just be the outside and just trying to make sure that everything, but that was I never did that. Sorry. You should get a Coleman double wall can koozie. Keeps them sodas cold for hours. And they don't last that long for me. I think I have one of those things here somewhere. It might even be in this room. I don't know where though. I don't know. I'd almost have to look. How many 9 batteries do you have? What's a 9 battery, Ben? Oh, GoPro Hero 9. I have one right now. I've been looking for extras, and right now I only have one. But last weekend when I went to go film The Gatekeeper, I only had one. I did take with me this, which is like a 26,000 milliamp USB power bank, and it's got my USB-C adapter on there. So if I need to, I can easily get another few charges out of it, like during the day. When I'm not using it, I'll just plug it in. But I didn't have to at all. The battery life when you're shooting like 1080/60 is so good with the Hero 9. Like that's one of my favorite things about that camera is the horizon lock, the improved stability, and the bigger battery. So nice. I'll trade you 50 rounds of 9mm for BS. Tire rotation brake surface. Does the Vanquish front capper axle have provisions for a panhard mount? It does. On the back side of the truss, there's several screw holes. There's like 4 or 5. They're just kind of equally spaced so that if you have an idea of something you want to put in there, you can easily build something off of it and screw it in. It makes it super handy. So how you like the Hero 9? I want to get a GoPro. Honestly, I love it. I'm super happy with it. So far, everything has been, after I got it and you immediately had to do an update to get like the horizon lock feature and some of that. But after that, it was really good. So, oh, sorry. Jump down. My TRX4 is my comp rig. I mean, you can still have fun with it. It's just not what I would choose to build, you know, on most situations. I also TRX4 axles, like I wouldn't use them, like I wouldn't either on a stock chassis. I wouldn't use TRX4 axles for a comp build, kind of regardless, just because of the steering angle that it can get max. I would go a different route. So I love TRX4s for what they do, and TRX6s, but I think they're just a little shy in enough areas that they wouldn't be my choice for components in almost any area for a comp build. Chris, what's going on from Salinas? 600 rounds, I'll sell you a kidney. For my JLU and Gladiator, I put zip ties on the body clips. Yeah, that's one of those things. I think is a bit of a stretch to get things in and out. Whoa, it's jumping. Coleman is way better than the Yeti. Much smaller, works just as good. Yeah. Either way, I don't let a soda can or water can sit long enough to need one. So I've never felt like the effort was worth it to unscrew the top, put the can in, and put it on. So yeah. Launch aborted at 2 seconds. It was like a bad movie. Oh my God. I can only watching that Tesla almost ready and then abort. What did they abort for? God. I want a VS410 really bad, but the US dollar and the Australian dollar is insane. Yeah, I know what you mean. Postage with hobby shops is actually, yeah. Oof. Yeah, good luck with that. Right now, exchange rates are all over the place. If I had the budget, I would have all my comp rigs as VS40s. Sometimes, I mean, going like full comp crazy, flat rail, plastic, super light, 3 pound, like there's a place for it. It's just not what I enjoy. But I like certain things about certain axles where I know the route that I would go, even for just, regular stuff. Does anyone else have a ton of steering chatter with the TRX4? Well, TRX4 has CV style axles internal to the portal, so you have pretty hard limitations. So when you start going past that, you're going to get really bad chatter. And then make sure TRX axles or the drive shafts actually kind of help phase themselves pretty good. So when are you going to get a Jesse James fire? Oof, that is not in my budget anytime soon. Is a WPL C2 legal? I mean, the D12, I'm pretty sure that this is class 1, class 2. I mean, this thing, it's got frame rails that go well past the, wheelbase. Tire size is within reason. Honestly, I mean, I think this thing's probably close to 60 points. Full interior, drop bed. I mean, it's got plastic bumpers, so you're not going to get metal bumper points, but this thing is. I think I'm going to have to take. My second one didn't show up this week. I ordered a second one. It didn't show up. One of the best budget builds you can do is a VS410 upgrade. Whatever you might have in your parts bin. Yes, why not? Build yourself a VS410 chassis. But I'm telling you, these little things for like $63 are gonna be fun. What's a baby crawler look like next? A baby crawler. Let's see. What did I knock off? Which? Oh, a stack of batteries. Whoops. Drag tires. So here, which ones are these? These are the Class 0 BFG. So Class 0 BFG crawler. Like, I mean, it's silly looking. The whole diameter of this tire is the diameter of the wheel that this one goes on. So would it not be Class 0? It would be Class 0 if Class 0 was actually a thing, but it's just like a thing in other places. It's not like an actual. I might have to get a VS410 Ultra though. I work at a hobby shop and I can get 10% off trucks. So that's not a bad deal. I bet. Check. So I want to learn how to design 3D parts. What program is best? I'm on a Mac, if that matters. Check out my 3D printing Sunday videos. I had a couple beginner focused ones, especially. Is it cheaper for you guys in Australia to order from a Chinese site? KLP Hobby has VS410s in stock. KLP or RC Mart. RC, but I mean, I don't know how that works. If you guys still get hit with crazy exchange rates or if it just all transfers by the time it gets around. Where's my Hoonigan baby body kit? What's up, Schultz? See, if you were here, we could have found a kit and made you build it. Let you learn something about building RC kits, you know. Yes. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Since I'll have two of them, maybe I could do the Hoonigan kit on one of them and then make the other one into something even more pointless. How often do you find yourself replacing bearings? I find myself replacing steering knuckle bearings in my SCX-10-2 and SMT-10 after every couple of trail days. Is that normal? No, that does not sound normal. I replace mine probably twice a year, maybe, if I'm running a lot. But I have to be like I have to really be running a lot. Otherwise, it's usually once a year, and that's saying if I take a truck out, you know, 20 times a year. Like my Pro, I probably take 20 times a year. You know, not almost every other weekend. Maybe like skipping a few in there with several being every weekend. So kind of, I'm guessing it hits 20 trail days or trail weekends a year. And that's why it's the most hammered one that I have. But that's swap some axles under it. I thought Schultz and I were talking about I could try and swap a CR12 drivetrain underneath this thing, build myself a little chassis, design it, cut it out on the Stepcraft, build some body mounts, drop it on. Waiting on my D12 to arrive, thinking of ordering another one and making it off-road looking. That's kind of the thought there, trying to pick one to the other, right? Maybe use 1-inch RC4 drive wheels. What do you think about that? So I looked, 1-inch are the same as my SCX-24. And the SCX-24 tires are actually just like a hair smaller. They're about a 1/4-inch smaller overall than these. So, but this is the crawler version from the C10, and these are smaller than the Nittos that come on the JL. So I don't know which one would be best. Oh, sweet, John. Your spot and Eddie's is saved between the Element booth and RPP. Perfect. That will be great. I've had my S6-2 since it came out, and I've never had to replace bearings. I run it every week. Yeah, I mean, depends on how hard you're running too. I mean, I'm running 4S in a decently beefy truck, and I run really hard. And then I usually just do it as a maintenance thing. I don't want to have a bearing failure. If you have a bearing failure, then you can eat up gears or break shafts, things like that. So I always want to replace. You want to replace the bearings before there's an issue. Wait, you're supposed to replace bearings, right? I never replaced my bearing, even after running it through muddy water twice. Yeah, I replacing bearings is something that is just it's a maintenance thing. You should do it. You should do it before you need to do it. When you need to do it, things are in bad shape. So on trucks that you're using a lot, replace bearings. Do it once a year. It's a good habit. And plus, then you replace bearings, you get into every part of the truck. You can see how everything's doing. You take the opportunity to clean gears, grease gears, get things running smoothly again. It's just a good practice to be into. Uh, let's see. Make it for top speed. Yeah, right. Uh, when the other metal WPL chassis fit, it might, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know if they make like what the other. I mean, because this is a two-wheel drive chassis, like, and I don't know if like they're whatever the others. I mean, in the end, I would rather not buy a WPL, another one. Like I like this one. I think it looks cool. I'm not like a big WPL fan otherwise. I've built one of their ones before and it's okay, but I'd rather go a different route if possible. I used to rebuild bearings in touring cars after every weekend. No seals and carpet destroys paint. Right. Yeah, I've always heard that. Christopher checking in on the live. Thanks, man. RPP. Yeah, RPP Hobby. The rpphobby.com. So they're not too far from us here, so they came up for the event tomorrow. What about Tamiya RC King hauler tires and rims? Aren't like the on-road ones? I actually don't know. I don't have a set of those. I can tell by the feel and sound of my rig if something is stiff. Yeah, but again, it's good to check it before you get to that point. When you get to that point, things are already getting bad. You don't want things to start getting to that point. Like if I'm already to that point, something is wrong and I waited too long. Just keep it out of the water is my motto. That's all. I mean, water is an accelerator, but fine dirt, things like that are big. Even when they're sealed, it can just happen. Either way, bearings are so cheap. Like, I mean, even when, you know, most of the bearings I still have, okay, honestly, I get them from Nicole mainly now, but even before, replace your damn bearings, Pete. Scott saying random chili and cinnamon rolls in Nebraska. In Iowa, it was chili and peanut butter sandwich. What? Actually, Scott, I found that chili and cinnamon roll picture on an Iowa. It's like an Iowa Chills meme page. So I know for a fact that Iwegians also on the chili and cinnamon roll train. Plus, if you've never had chili and cinnamon rolls together, you are missing out. It is one of the best combinations of things you can ever have. So, yes, I think you were just, and like Matt is saying, not a thing. You're in a, you're in a weird area. When is the next budget build off? We have not decided. Send it, tell it done. Yeah, that was that wreck today. That guy, oof, that was bad. Not a crawler, but you think the Latrax SST would fit under it? I don't know. I've owned one of the which one is I have one of like the Rally Latrax, but again, probably not another one I'd want to buy. I prefer to have a lot of trucks. I prefer have a lot of trucks over when a truck breaks, run a different truck. When you run out of trucks, then repair trucks. Ah, I don't leave many trucks broken, I don't think. I leave a lot of trucks unfinished, but that's different. That's different. Chili and cornbread. That's pretty. I mean, that's just kind of a thing. But chili and cinnamon rolls far superior. I'm an Iwegian, and just chili and cinnamon rolls. Yeah, and just chili and cinnamon rolls work together. They do. It's a thing, and it's amazing. Having several crawlers, I have packages of related fast Eddie bearings ready to swap. Yes, always a thing. Waterloo, Iowa public schools in the 70s. It's a thing. Exactly. Oh, that's when you had your peanut butter and chili? People were weird in the 70s. I lived in Iowa my whole life and I've never heard of chili and anything but cornbread. Well, chili spaghetti. What guys talking about? Listen, get yourself some chili, get yourself a cinnamon roll, do it and thank me. I don't care. Like, call up your local Wendy's, order yourself some chili. It'll be ready now. You just have to come pick it up. Are you getting any maintenance done? I realized that it was a VS410 and they don't really require maintenance. They're just always ready to go. Um, Harley, would you replace bearing? Harley, I would replace bearings, but every time I get them, you design something on STL and I use them all. Chili and cinnamon rolls engineering school messed you up. This was elementary school through high school. It's the best. Chili with hot dogs and craft dinner. See, the problem is now, after all of this talk, I'm just actually hungry, and Nicole has to be getting. I'm, I'm going to see if she can bring home dinner after her nail appointment. I don't know how long it takes to get nails done. American food sounds awesome. All 23 of my trucks have been broken at once. That is impressive. That's gross. And chicken and waffle spuds. Horrible. Chicken and waffles, another fantastic combination. Harley Signs, do I dip them or top the roll? No, no, no. You just eat them separately. Like you just eat your chili, and take a bite of a cinnamon roll, whatever. You don't dip or anything like that. It's just a pairing. You don't have to mash. Just eat them together but separate. Oh. Everything's ready except that shock. It's still ready. The shock's still good. It's still good to go. If I buy VS410, will it never break? For the most part. You said no maintenance. Yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to think. I broke my VS410 one time. I think that's it. I've broke a rod end before, but I broke a front axle shaft one time, and it was because John Schultz and I were at RC Four-Wheel Drive West Coast Scale Challenge, and we were playing uh, RC soccer. And it was a 3-on-3. It was John Schultz and I, and the designer from Element, whose name's Aaron, and we were playing three other people, and my front right wheel got caught up in the like banner boundary thing, and I just wouldn't let off, and I wrapped it all around it, and I finally just broke a shaft. But then I could keep playing because I got free. It wasn't holding me back. So yes, not indestructible, but as close as you're gonna get. Wendy's chili is burger patties that don't get sold in time. We used to grind it. I'm just the Wendy's thing is more of an office joke. So chicken and waffles taste like love feels. You mean a meal with dessert? No, no, no. It doesn't have to be a meal with dessert. It is the meal. It's one meal. It's like having, a steak and a baked potato. Like, you don't have to put your steak on the baked potato. You just eat some of the steak and then you take a bite of a baked potato. Have you guys never had a this is this is just a meal. Come on. Is Matt talking about something? Matt, makes sense to me. Cinnamon in both to some degree. Is it? Oh, I guess that's kind of true. There can be, depending on your chili recipe. It's just. Oh, this jumped way down, so I'm a little bit further behind, but I'm skipping some comments. Josh, better than chili is chili and deviled eggs. I mean, I love deviled eggs and love chili, so both of those things are okay with me. Don't bring any of that AQI red smoke with you tomorrow. AQI number at Pioneer. Oh, air quality index. Ah, there we go. Um, air quality index at Pioneer, California, 121 now. Go. Okay. It's not terrible. It's not good, but it's not terrible. Is this truck? Yes. Is this truck based off of a mini truck? This truck here is based off the Japanese K series or K trucks or key trucks. 600cc, they're certain size, they're small. There's a whole definition about them, but basically they're just tiny Japanese trucks. There's nothing that special. They're common over there. Yeah, so it's a WPL. And I'm going to take it to the event tomorrow just because it was on the bench so much to me. I'm going to take it, the TRX6, and the Gatekeeper with my BS410. But did we win? Schultz, excuse me. We definitely won that event, even if we did not get a trophy. I'm not sure why. On the VS410, what axles would you prefer? I mean, mine is clear, and I prefer my Pro, even though my Pro has a rear portal, so it's like a mix. So it's like you can't go wrong with either, but mine is weird. Had a productive conversation with the better half, one-to-one discussion. Toyota TRD off-road versus Jeep Gladiator Overland. Discuss. There is no discussion. It is a Jeep Gladiator, or just a different Jeep Gladiator, because the Tacoma TRD is just a Toyota and it's not exciting. Jeep Gladiators are for the win. The end. Done. Yeah, I live in Pioneer. You can smell and see it all day. Yeah, it was pretty bad here today too, but air quality in Fresno 163. I think the K cars and trucks are a classification. Yes, we've gone through this extensively. Uh, Matt, I'd take the TRS Pro. Yeah, TRS Pro, which is a version of a Gladiator. What is the best kit from a comp truck under $500? There's no such thing as a comp truck under $500. You can buy any of them, and then you're going to spend another $1,000 to try and make it a comp truck. Overland Gladiators are for Josh's only. Thanks, Matt. Then it is settled. Done. Glad I could help. Toyota TARD. Tarred and feathered. The Tacoma is ever so slightly more of a truck. I will accept that argument, except that in the end, it's just more of a Toyota. Therefore, Jeep still wins. Cookie Dough Queen saw the wreck on my way home and was and was wounded. What? Oh, sorry, and was wondered what happened. It was like a nasty head on. One car spun off, the other car veered left, jumped the curb, jumped the planter box, went airborne, landed on top of a BMW SUV, and just cleaned the top off of it. I have many photos. I will So I will do this the terrible old fashioned way. This was the BMW SUV that the van landed on top of. So you can tell just completely demolished. Let's see. So this is the view. So the van would have come through this area, hit that curb, and went airborne, and then landed on top of that SUV. Late kind of came off of it, and then the van kept going, like on its side, ran into the side of the building, and then ended where it is. It's like a 12-passenger van. So, I mean, just absolutely gnarly. Um, let's see what. I mean, the other vehicle that it hit was in bad shape. Just as you can tell, not good. They did get both people out. The person in the Ford Escape was wounded, but out and talking and everything, like so yeah, the Beamer was destroyed, absolutely destroyed. Nobody was That Beamer was in a parking spot, nobody in it, thankfully. I believe that they were an employee of the collision center. I mean, that joke, just yikes. And this is let's hold on. I think I have a picture of the front of the van because it's not, I mean, you can tell how bad it was too. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah. So that was the front of the van. So, and that person they pulled out as well. I don't believe he was wearing a seatbelt. So, lucky. I mean, just so. Let's see what this. Wow, that Beamer was poor Mustang. If it got hit, the Mustang did get hit, kind of a glancing blow. Not nearly as bad, but still not good. Good thing that they missed that. Need a roundabout there and slow them down. They definitely need something there. I honestly think that I may write like an actual letter, like full traffic nerd letter, just because that road is so dangerous. If you follow my Instagram account, I had posted another wreck that happened like just one driveway closer to us, which like this is, I don't know, like 500 feet from our shop. So like this is right there. And then there was another wreck like 400 feet from our shop on Tuesday. I need the wheels off that Mustang. Yeah. Wow, what's speed limit on that road? The speed limit is like 45. It's I think, and but people. I'm not kidding. People do 80 to 100 miles an hour on that road on a daily basis. We see it's like it happens all the time. Um, that's almost too much. Yeah, that's almost as much damage as Mass TRX6. The next challenge should be a Red Cat 7 with a $100 limit to make as good as possible for a comp course. Oof. I will pass on this challenge. So more fishing, who knows, evidently the guy's name was Rob, who owns that BMW. Rob was literally about to get in the BMW too, had someone looking over him that day. No kidding. Like, I mean, currently my favorite. Plot twist: the BMW is just. Is it bad that I jump off this live stream to watch some of the older YouTube video tutorials? No, that's reasonable and edited, reasonably edited. You don't have to listen to a bunch of ridiculous drunk. I'm not sure. Well, I hope not. I don't know who was at fault, if it was the van or that Ford. This van is a Christian fellowship van, so I believe it was a church vehicle. Current registration, which is rare in Sacramento, and the license plate says so. Yeah. Yikes. Oh, that'll buff out. Josh is getting angry at road engineer. Yes, I'm telling you, that road is freaking dangerous. Are Californians really that bad of drivers? Yes. People who live in California, I don't think were ever taught how to drive. And if you live here, I blame you as well. Telling you. If you grew up here, I'm taking your driving credibility. If you write a letter, post it on your site so we can read it. You know what? It's not a bad idea. I'll do that. I should start a page on my website with incidents like this. I'm gonna be that guy. How's the day and age people don't wear seatbelts? I mean, yeah. I don't think he was, because honestly, it was right down the street from the shop. So we got there as they were pulling him out. And I don't know, maybe he was. Maybe he had just undone it and fallen, but I don't know. So probably not drunk. Probably not. Jesus, take the lead. Not gonna lie, I think Nicole made that same reference. I'm late. Schultz is in town yet? He was in town last night. He is up at the event site already, where I will be in the morning. I have to get Nicole up, ready, and out of the door early. Who wants to bet how that goes? The van will be fine in 3 days. Then it will disappear. Stabby Josh, I like your humor, even even if we're blasphemous. Jesus. Oof. Drivers in Florida are way worse. Just went to Florida and there was so many people swerving off the road. I don't see how it's possible. Whoa there. Some of us can drive, and a select few of us even use turn signals. But SAC drivers are trying to kill each other every day, it seems. Yeah, they're hot garbage. Totally agree, Chris. I think that places that get abundant amount of snow have better drivers. I think that is true. When I left your shop last time, someone used the railroad tracks as an off ramp. That is true. We were leaving. Schultz and I were, when you leave. You were there a week or two ago. Yeah, and there was a actual, constantly, all the time. Find tires for your motorcycle yet? No, I haven't touched it since the last stream. What do you consider early? Out the door, ready to hit the road, 6:30 a.m. So the we'll have somebody here to watch. Someone's here to watch the house and the pets for the day, right? But coincidentally, not because we're going to be gone for 19 hours, but just as a coincidence. But still, make sure she puts her pants on right. Who needs a seatbelt when you have Jesus? Josh, you're going to get her up that early, hide all the sharp objects in arm's reach. Oh, it's going to be brutal. You know what? That's how I'm going to start the video. I'm going to do an event vlog video, and see how she handles that. Okay, the DJI controller is charged. So so that's the actual Mavic. Oh, there it is. So Mavic's there. Controller case. Day drinking is a sport in Florida. Huh. Florida drivers are worse. Worst. John says Florida drivers are worst. California sounds like it's perpetually the first snowfall when it comes to driving. You should see what happens in California when it rains for the first time. It's like, for one, nobody here ever evidently has tread on their tires. They constantly run bald tires. So the first rain, it's like the Chiquita Banana Mario Kart course. Just people in the K rails, off the road, at a stoplight. You're sitting there, and all of a sudden the light turns green, and just nobody moves because tired. The very first car at the stoplights is just kind of like starting to walk into the intersection sideways as they're like trying to go, and they're just flooring it, and the car's just like not moving but turning sideways. It's ridiculous. Truck driver here, you're all bad. My lunch is at 7 a.m. That's not too early. So, and my feed jumped again, so we're just starting over. I'm skipping comments. I would end up crashing that drone. This drone has been, honestly, these drones are pretty hard to crash. But speaking of, I need to get the battery for it charging, or the batteries for it, I should say. Since that, I've heard rumor stories. I've heard horror stories from Adam Carolla. Yeah, Adam Carolla podcast, great podcast. Drove tankers in LA for 15 years. It's going to be the next freeway sniper. California drivers are the worst. Getting tires for the Jeep yet? I have not yet. Need to. It's on the list. Rain in California, everyone is in shock and awe. like what is this stuff? Yeah, it's Missouri drivers are way better, I think, when bad Missouri drivers. Yes, even bad Missouri drivers, not that bad compared to here. That's why I have mud train, lots of tread, even though they suck in the rain. It's an ice train. Dallas is the same way. The first rain, and it's just, and honestly, it doesn't even have to be the first rain. It's just any rain ever in California. They, oh, hi, Peanut. We have one cat coming in, so there's more around. Suki will be here shortly, I'm sure, if they're up and moving. Well, without a lot of rain, there's nothing to wash the debris and oil off the roads. So first rain, they have extra. Yeah, that is always the thing. First rain always is going to be extra slick. Um, we could use some more rain here, always. Have you charged up any batteries for your rig or just only camera? I mean, cameras first. I mean, if I don't have cameras charged, who would even know if I ever had batteries for my trucks? So cameras always have to be first. Yeah, I accidentally got sideways driving with my bald tires in the rain. At least that's what I told the cop. You should try a helicopter build. Ooh, that sounds quadcopter maybe. Helicopter. Change the title of this stream. Lack of maintenance for an event. F that shock. Should see the Bay Area guys in their Subarus show drive up to Tahoe in the winter. No regards, just I have a Subaru. These roads mean nothing to me. I have to explain to customers every day that just because there is tread left on their tires, the tires are 15 years old and have to be changed. After 8 years with my wife, started waking up at 7 a.m., so it's not impossible. Stay hopeful. Nicole and I have been together since 2011. 9 years. Still not. It's still not happening. Anyone else draw the irony to Josh not repairing his RC while chirping people for not maintaining their one-to-one cars? This car is in fine maintenance condition. I have zero fears of this car's rock uh, drivability. I have zero. No safety will be. I mean, Schultz's car is in danger if this car is around because I like to ram Schultz's vehicles, and that's a lot of fun. Here in Michigan, the first snowflake, they forget how to drive. Man, the first big snow in Kansas City was always like one of my most look forward to days because I worked downtown and I lived north of the river. So there's only a few bridges that get out of downtown. And all of the side streets would just like jam up everywhere. So it was like a race to like I would drive back alleys, just drift in my Jeep through all the streets, trying to make it all the way to, then get across the bridge, like get on right before, cross the bridge, right off. And then so much fun. I loved the first snow because people did. They lost their minds. I lived in London, England in my 20s. You should see them drive in an inch of snow. It's a demolition derby. I grew up in Ontario, Canada. We had feet of snow on the roads 4 months a year. Mark Anthony joining top of the evening. Bet Nicole doesn't know that number. The 9-year part. New title: How to charge your camera batteries and not maintain your truck, but change your bearings. I always laugh at people when they go into winter, no tread on their tires. I had my STI stuck one time on summer tires. Freak snow caught me off guard, and I had no chance to put the winter ones on yet. See? Goddamn Subaru owners. His video for tomorrow's event, he'll say, I wish I had fixed that shock. False. So he says, starts running it 20 feet, boom. I'll take that bet. Got my eye on Schultz. We're gonna see how many times I can ram his gatekeeper. But not with my gatekeeper because it only has an 1800 kV motor and it's just going it's too slow. RC 4-wheel drive TF2, good kit or not? I mean, if you know what you're getting, like it's a hard body, it's detailed, it's got shitty leaf spring suspension and pretty weak axles, but it looks pretty scale. That's what you're after, good kit. If you want performance, bad kit. Bad kit. I walked home uphill both ways to school, Matt says. Sounds like a story he would tell. Schultz is preparing for destruction now. He's doing maintenance on his car. I mean, what's that tell you, right? Tells you he's scared of the VS410. He knows the reliability that I'm bringing. It was 20 miles on the way home. Wait, my internet, it says I've dropped 36 frames total. So I don't know. That is a second. Well, no, I'm shooting 60 FPS. So that's like a half of a second. Can we take over/under bets for cars in the ditch and snow here in Colorado? You're going to do a night crawl tomorrow, get to work at the store, and might race up. I will not be. I can promise you, Nicole will not be in for a night run. She will. Well, she's not in for any of the runs, but by the time the night portion of the event, she will be suggesting strongly that we meander home. Don't let them lie to you. I love my TF2. I'm telling you, if you know what you're getting into, it's a great truck because the body looks great. It's cool. The axles look accurate. The suspension is equally terrible to what Toyotas would actually use. I mean, they're very scale representative of a Toyota truck, which is terrible. So if that's what you're after, it's a great choice. It's just if you want performance, you should probably find a Jeep of some sort. Ramming Schultz is so funny. I literally take my slash to our local track, of course, just to crash my friends. But I always act surprised. What? How did this happen? This is brand new information. Ever seen a brake rotor used till the face is worn down to the vent ribs? I saw one once. I did. My buddy Cody had a Ford Bronco that somehow it like a front brake caliper hung up and it just one out of all the calipers all the way through. Just the little lines. I think I have it on my Facebook. Josh, you probably want to tell Nicole that parking is supposed to be a cluster tomorrow, so get there early is a good idea. Yes. However, I'll also say that we have our tent space set up, so we should be able to park behind it since it's like Element. We'll have the Element tent, Vanquish, Fast Eddie, and RPP all set up together. So kind of have a spot. Caught part of the stream earlier. You mentioned Lexan is starting to break even with reinforcement. Would carbon be an option, or is that too brittle? Well, I mean, the inner fenders there, that's just they take so much hammering just with how much I jump that truck around. I think that I could probably they're just Lexan inner fenders. I have extras. I could just replace them. But I mean, those things are a year and a half old and have been absolutely hammered. So I've got my use out of them. I think that they could be moved on and they will have served their time. Remember, Schultz, Josh's shock is messed up. Ram it. It's that weak point. It's that boss. It's like the boss has got the one weak point. Psh, it's gonna be fine. He'll never even know. Plus, he won't be able to catch me. That gatekeeper. Can you see my baseball? Jeep guys are so delusional. MX Racer, testes? Testing? Testes, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to leave. I got to work early tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Just joined. What's up with Oliver T-shirt? Tree shirt. Oliver Tree shirt. This is one of my favorite T-shirts. It's awesome. I'll do the $100 Red Cat challenge with you. I do not want to do it. Is the thing. I have a brand new Red Cat Gen 7 in the box at work, and I have no. I think I have 2 of them even. No. Tell Nicole if you get there by 7 a.m., you'll get her a robo litter box. That's like an hour and a half drive up. We'd have to leave by 5:30. I don't even want to get up that early. That's just not going to happen. Only 99 likes. Hit the like, lazy people. Yeah, thank you. 280 some odd people in here. Hit the like button. Basically, Josh can't drive, walk, or avoid RCs. Aiming for him. So noon? Yeah. Hopefully we're there by 8. Top tip from Subaru Master Tech. Make sure to check the oil level. If you let engine oil get 1 quart low or more, the engine rod bearings will spin and you will get rebuilt. No Suki, no like. Or any kitty worse. What's wrong with red coats? Red coats, were they? There's red coats and blue coats, right? I can't remember. I mean, red coats were the Union? No, red coats were Confederates, right? I can't remember. I'm not very good at history. Where's Moose Jaw? Moose Jaw, what's wrong with red coats? He'll send that cat to me and yeah, Schultz was here yesterday, and Suki was showing off on the kitty wheel. She was really cooking. What event is tomorrow? The crawling out of COVID. It's a crawl out of cure normally, but since this year, it's nothing, no like official events. Uh, it's a big get together, no raffle, no nothing like that. So just Oliver Tree shirt for the. What is Oliver Tree? All over your t-shirt? Is that what you mean? Red cats. Sorry. Yeah. Red cat. I mean, you can have fun with red cats. They're just not something I would be, especially the Gen 7. Definitely not a vehicle that I. Gen 7 was basically a 5-year-old vehicle, 7, 10, I don't know. It was a really old car by the time it actually even came out. So red coats are the British in the Revolutionary War. There we go. That sounds more. British lobster bags. Are you still planning on running the quick run fusion in the gatekeeper? That is what is in there. I wish it was faster. I need to gear up. But the yeah, I just haven't. I haven't touched it since I ran it in the video. How are the MST kits thinking about rally drift? Their drift kits are super nice. Their trail kits, not so great. Um, yeah. What is the internal gear ratio of the VFD transmission? Yeah, I think we have that on the. Do we have that on the? I think we have it on the box. Maybe we have it on the. We might have it in the manual too. Do I have either of? I have both of those things handy. There, and here's Suki. There you go. So now you get both. Well, and she's not interested. No, she's more interested in the semi trailer. This is like my very first sample of the manual, so it's not the final. Try so gear ratio chart. This is a front overall. I guess I could calculate it. No, I can't. Well, I'd help you, but I don't have that here. Thought I could help. Brown coats or brown drawer. How much do you want for one of those Gen 7s? I don't know. I'm not trying to sell them. I'm not trying to ship them even. Oh. Okay, got it. The red coats are coming. The red coats are coming. Anyone in VT Vermont area that is going to CCC event Sunday? Firefly was awesome. Still upset they can't. I never watched that show. Never saw it. Josh lives in the cat house. Yeah, pretty true. What are your thoughts on the Losi Super Baja Ray 2.0? It or the Infraction is next on my list, whichever I find first at a local hobby shop. Oh, that's a tough one. So I bought an Infraction. Infraction, as soon as I saw one, I had to own one because they are freaking sweet. And they're just a big on-road car like that. There's something about that I find very cool. Even if I don't drive it very often, I still find it very cool. But yeah, the Super Baja Ray, also really good looking. It's just really big. And it's on 8S, which is even more expensive to buy than 6S. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. Eesh, that's tough. I feel like I would still go Infraction, but I don't know. Yeah, I think I would still go infraction, especially the new V2 infraction with the handbrake. Is Josh on the west coast side of Canada? Oh, Matt is on the east coast side. He's in Toronto. Or how do people from Toronto say it? Toronto. Toronto. I don't know. They say it weird. They don't say Toronto. So, but yes, he is in Toronto. I am on the west coast of the North Americas. I have a hard time finding a place to run my Yeti XL. Can't imagine finding a place for something even bigger. I can say with much satisfaction, the Losi Super Baja Ray 2.0 is amazing. Yeah. So Matt now has the Felony and a Super Baja Ray. So Toronto. They say it, yes. That's how they say it. Toronto. But if Matt could only have the Felony or the Super Baja Ray, that would be an interesting one. So, all right, batteries are charged on that one. I better grab we'll grab a Hero 6 just in case we need to set up some other type of shot. So you never know if something really exciting is going to happen and you want to have 2 or 3 angles. So 2 cameras. That is charged. This is going. Where is my other? I'm only going to bring 1 drone battery. That will be plenty. Batteries for GoPro. Separate power bank for Hero 9 is in there. Do I need anything else for camera gear? I don't think so. I suppose I could grab my oh, I know what I could do. Get my radios charged. That's charged already. And so is that one. Wow. Psh, radio's charged. On top of it. Good there. As soon as that's done. Do you agree that the Hero 9 kind of sucks? Nope. Hero 9 is awesome. It is the best GoPro I've owned yet. It is absolutely the best so far. Yeah. It's hands down my favorite GoPro. 7 is still great, but I will not. My 7 will just be a backup camera at this point, and my 6s will just be used for like extra angles. So, what was Matt? Oh, Matt was talking about. Matt says he'd have the SBR. Funny enough, more places to drive it. Kind of get that because you don't need like that kind of groomed, but yeah. Still like the Felony for its purpose. I can get that. Even though like they show that those things can kind of handle the uneven and kind of crazy stuff, it still needs some concrete that's fairly, yeah. I'd like the Felony for keeping you guys in check. Batteries for the radio. I've got 2 lithium pack. Whoops. I run lithium packs. So this one is also fully charged because I charged it last week, but I have my second one as well. So it is, 6.7. So we're good there. You might as well put it in the bag. Since I'm not going to bring my case all the way up there. Oof, sorry. Getting RC company started from Southeast Oh, sorry. I don't know what that. I guess that is. Have you used the Mavic Mini? Been using mine a lot lately, shooting disc golf video. I haven't. If I was going to be shopping today for a drone, I think the Mavic Mini is the one that I would buy. I've had my Mavic Pro for a long time, and it's been fantastic for me. But I love some of the things they integrated into the Mavic Mini to make it easier to travel with. So, I would probably buy Mavic Mini instead if I was shopping today. While you're at it, you should just do that shock. I don't have, like, I thought I had rebuild kits. If I had a rebuild kit here, which I think I do somewhere, then I'd do it. But I don't know where it's at, and it's not going to be a big enough deal. Can you convert the DX5C to a lithium pack? I don't actually know that. Jack and Coke or Jack and Diet Dr. Pepper? Is that a question? Schultz, you have the... Oh, that's right. You were using the mini. That's what you were using at Squirrel Fest. Oh, here's my... my other one. It's somewhere. Don't need it. I dropped it. That's okay. It's okay. Oh, I might as well take my SD cards. I do have this little SD card case is one of the handiest things. So it holds all my SD cards in there. And there's actually, so like on these, they're double spots. I've got minis underneath and then full size over top. But I can, I run mainly 128 gig cards, and I like the Samsung Evos. So, Samsung. And I've got some of the old, these are all 64s over here. So these are some of my older ones. These are all kind of the same. I'm short one, but just run it in the... Are you going to make coffee for the pack mule in the morning? She makes the coffee in the morning. But yes, there will be coffee. Josh did a video where I built a Rancho. I copied that, but noticed the rear axle is off to one side by about 2 millimeters. I used high clearance links. I mean, that could be a lot of little things. Also, the stock truss, if you're using the stock truss on the axle, little known fact that the stock Wraith truss and the one that's used on the Yeti is actually incorrect. The CAD design on the stock rear truss, the link mounts are shifted over, probably about 2 millimeters, maybe a little bit more. But if you guys ever measure from one side, like the one axle end to the mount on each side, it was actually a mistake that got made and it never got fixed. So if you ever look at a stock axial truss, they're all wrong on the AR60 axles. That could be it. Alcohol free since 1999. We're gonna party. Oh man, what a bad time to get party like it's 1990. But congrats. It must have been for a good reason. Yes, it was a question. Jack and everything is great. I'm not a big Jack fan. I'm not good at drinking much, though. If I drink, it's usually some sort of vodka or a beer. I like a beer. Sometimes wine on a classy night. Josh is going all techno geek. RC trivia winner, Josh, right? So the Vanquish AR60 truss will correct? Yes, the Vanquish AR60 trusses do correct the link positioning. I think that's even notes it in the description of those, like subtly, like correcting link geometry, which is actually meaning that the stock ones were messed up in there. I'm not sure if like the Chinese ones just direct copied or not. I think they probably did. So they're probably wrong as well. Okay, budget constrained. What would you recommend to shoot quality YouTube, Facebook, Instagram footage? Digital camera, phone, hero, any combination recommended as well. Budget constrained is the big thing. Like how budget constrained? Because if you have a good phone, it can shoot good video. And in that case, just shoot the video. I mean, I started by just shooting video on my phone and then just slowly kind of added stuff. More, I mean, getting good angles is the most important thing. I mean, there's people who can shoot really bad video with really good equipment, and the converse is also true. So, you know, it your bud spend more time trying to get good picture, good angles, good photos, things like that. And then just make sure you throw a heavy vignette onto all of them, and it makes everything better. You can watch our live stream takeover for more photo editing tips. I went through and kind of gave away a bunch of my photo editing tips. Good night, Leroy. Here's a crazy trivia stat I just heard recently. To the day, Michael Jackson's hair caught on fire for the Pepsi ad exactly the midpoint of his life. Wow. Buffering? I don't know. It doesn't say that I have any. Mine does not show any difference. I wonder if they fixed the link mount on the new SMT10 truss. Did they change the truss on the SMT10? I didn't think that they changed that. I thought they only changed the C-hubs and knuckles. Just look at Matt. Really good equipment, really bad video. God. Just bought a S/4x4 VXL, needs steering servo suggestions. Stock one is intermittent. Seriously irritating. Buys, buy a decent. I'm still here, Hello, Matt. Maul the Air 60 is the 2.2 rig axle. The 44 is the 1.9 track. Oh yeah, AR6. Oh, Air 60, AR60. I see what you. I thought you were out dropping things. Aren't you supposed to be asleep by now? Would it matter though, Dale, if you knew he was? What's the cage work on that power wagon look like? We can do that while my couple of my batteries finish charging. That one's. Hey, Steven, thanks for checking it. Yeah, see you tomorrow, man. Looking forward to it. We can drop all of this in the bag. These two Hero 9 soon. Where's the power wagon? So, Steven's been up there since Thursday. The Hero 9 is a 5K. What the heck is 5K? It's just the resolution. And 5K resolution is like way more pixels than 4K. Like it just keeps going up. It's not just a 20% addition in pixels. It's way more than that. It's a crazy number. So, but let me. Unscrew, you bastard. Oh, it's already unscrewed. So, body off. So the tube work on this thing is decent, but very minimal at the same time because it's made to kind of be a comp truck. But it's also very similar to kind of like the style that I like. So it's got a single tube rear bumper with a plate underneath of it. It's an Axial SCX10 chassis or SCX10-2 chassis that's been All the tube work's been welded to it. Light, small roll bar, the actual shock mounts integrated in. Nice simple roll bar there. Kind of goes around. The interior is basically just a flat pan. I think that the interior is something that I'll do a little bit too, kind of cleaning that up. There is no transmission in there. Battery mount is just a tray up front. It's got a custom servo mount and servo winch mount. Simple front bumper, front shock towers. It's all just simple but clean. It's very low flex. It's got rock jocks on it, front and rear. And yeah, I'm excited. I think the body's going to get replaced. I think that it is going to get the white wheels off of my Class 2 up there. So it does have this sweet turbo sticking out of the hood. Its hood's actually cut out around it, so it's kind of recessed down in there. It makes it look better. You bring in the off-road trike tomorrow? Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, Dale. I didn't charge that battery. I should do that. Takes that special battery adapter that I have over there, and I should. That's a good idea. Okay. Josh, can you do a 3D model of a survey tripod on Sunday? I'm making one, a truck and a survey rig with my firm's logo on it. Oh, I like that, Lane. That's not a bad idea. What's the inside of that shelf look like? What you need to be doing is putting your drag car together for Sunday, slacker. I know, but I've got my RS Pro Black Edition, my 4.5. I even found a set of tires, but I don't have any wheels. So while I could be doing that, I didn't. What 3D printer do you recommend under $1,000? Oh, I mean, if you're wanting to spend that much money, get yourself a Prusa. Just get the full Prusa. It's $800 and it's like the best. Get that and be done. Otherwise, if you want to spend like $300, you just get like an Ender 3 Pro. Scale printed Futaba controller, please. Not easy one as well. It's almost 11 Eastern time. What about the Kyosho blizzard? 50 mile an hour and snow for monthly mayhem. Oof. Then I'd have to go to the snow to go test all the time, and I don't. Where's Nicole with all that? Where is she? Because it doesn't. She responded like 45 minutes ago. She was at Rayleigh's, the grocery store. We'll see. Phillips, bye, I'm going to play Rocket League. You know what? Some Rocket League doesn't sound bad. I could play Rocket League. Keep talking about snow like it's real. Central Arizona life. We can't even spell snow. All right, I'm going to get the battery out of this thing. And get it charging. And then oh, so much dirt. That's gritty. Oh my God. It catches and collects all of that dirt in the cab. Oof. That is quite disgusting. Where's my trash can? Hold, please. Oh. Did I order? I think I ordered the little LiPo batteries for this, actually. Now that I remember. Ooh, I could solder that on. I ordered stuff from Amy. I forgot I ordered stuff. I ordered more BFG crawlers because I didn't have any BFG crawlers left. Power wagon body, new power wagon body for that. Yes. We'll see. I ordered some Genzace packs for it. Evidently, I ordered a bunch of cheap servos too. I don't remember why I needed these. I think I needed one for the motorcycle and stuff and other stuff. It goes in the electronics drawer. So this thing is seriously disgusting. This is my paintbrush / cleaning brush. Also, see if she can make food. Sookie's excited to see her. Okay. There we go. Trash can is disgusting too. It's actually all just, so I don't throw anything in there that's not, it's like I don't put any food or anything like that in there, but it's full of like 6 or 8 bubbly cans right now. What? Hi. How's your nails? They pinker? Yes, they are. Would you like to say hello? Hello. There you go.
Damn it, Josh.
I was just using that. Yes, that. You want to smell these tires? Hey, Josh actually drives his tiny vehicles. Yes, air compressor would have been nice, but I never took this thing to the shop, and I do not have an air compressor at the house. Convert. Trivia time. How many batteries Josh takes for tomorrow's event? All counts. Oof. That would be an interesting number. That would be fun. Let's see. Pound of sing. Next week Sunday. Inner fenders for off-road trike. Now I ordered these batteries just kind of on a whim. I don't know if they're gonna fit. I don't know what size they are. I mean, I kind of know what size. They are tiny. They are quite tiny. I should have got larger capacity, but instead I just got the same capacity but LiPo. Look at how tiny that is. Like it's the size of my... I can hide it behind my thumb. It's like a GoPro battery. Dirt helps with the CG. Oh wow. Yes, recycle those cans. Yeah, I totally I'll do that. Actually, almost everything in that can is recyclable. I think you can go in the recycle bin. The dirt just adds texture when you paint. Throw some dirt on her nails. She says that so often. Either. Oh, sorry. Tell Nicole we want to see. Oh yeah, right. Uh, Josh, you could design a hood hinge for the Proline metric. Yeah. Some of that stuff that like super, like unless it's for a build, I'm probably just not going to do it. Where'd you get that shirt? I got it from a company called Shirt Wash. It's awesome. What pocket knife is that? It's a CRKT. I think it's the M16. Yeah, M16 10KS. It's a cheapie. I think it was only like a $40, 45, something like that. I like the CRKTs. I usually like their double locks, which this one is not. But I usually like CRKTs in general, and I like the Tanto style blade. My last one, somehow I lost, and this is just one that I had in a available, and so it's one I carry. I use it all the freaking time though. So still good and sharp at least. That ESC on the Flamingo supports 3S. Suppose we're gonna find out. Oh, no, we're not, because I only bought it in 2S. Because I do not imagine that it supports 3S. And if it does support 3S, I have tiny 3S packs. Don't I? I thought I had one handy even. Yes. Well, that's a 3S 1300. But see, that 3S 1300 pack fits perfect in there. So when I'm ready to go to some real power, that is definitely that is a perfect size battery pack. Do I have a 3S ESC free right now? Here's the things. It is what? It's already 8 o'clock. I have so many things I need to, well, actually, I've got most of them done. So, yeah, we'll see. Am I really going to change battery leads and all that on this thing? I don't know. Isn't the bobblehead amazing, though? How do you not have an air compressor? Because I have one at work. So it's like anytime I need one, I have it at work. That ESC on, oh, yeah, I read that. Are those reef servos? Definitely not. I have that exact blade. It's a good blade for just a daily carry. You know, not bad. I hide your other knife in the closet. 45 ain't cheap. It's not cheap, but in in pocket knife land, it sure can be. These things, it's not like a Benchmade or something like that. That's $150 or $250. So yeah, that's getting my groceries now. Thank you for mentioning coffee. Going home to assemble frame with carbon graphite frame. Have you used those? Have you used these rails? I don't know exactly which one they are. I've used G10 rails before. How do you sharpen your knives? Stone, sharpening stone. I have a couple of nice ones at work. Obviously not the little serrated area, but can do everything else. Whetstone, like my dad showed me. You will need a bigger front tire on 3S. I need a bigger front tire on 2S. So this front tire is awfully tiny. That was. Do I have a spare dancing right here? Let's see. I mean, this would be a really big. I don't think that's going to work. No, spacing's off. Would take too much modification. There's better routes. I can get the one that they fit. That tiny front tire it's ridiculously small. I never took a measurement. It is 1 and I'd say 5/8 tall. Close enough. It's like an inch. Yeah, it's tiny. So yeah, super pumped tomorrow. Hopefully get to meet you. I'll be there. I'll have the tent up. If you're around, I'll be there. No worries. Come say hello. Have you ever pulled a motor with your cherry picker? I have put a fake motor on it, or I put an actual electric motor on it. Do you play Rocket League? I do. I like Rocket League. I don't play for long, but Rocket League's one of those ones I enjoy playing for an hour or so every once in a while. Have you ever pulled? Oh, I read that. Spare dancing matter. What the? I have a few. I have 3, and usually at least one is in parts. Is it bad I'm using number 6 bolts on my trailer build? Phillips head stripping time. Straight up number 6, 632. My manager at work was saying his chest hurt and his arm, so he drove himself to the hospital and they said he had a heart attack. Yikes. You can never have too many tiny dancers. Hold me closer. Resting in the hospital. Well, that's good. Hopefully that is something that goes. What's the gray thing blinking behind the flamingo? Oh, this. This is a battery for my Mavic Pro, my drone. So it's charging right now. This is the little charger. So that's what you see. And you gave Matt crap for using a ruler. Tisk tisk. Well, I was just trying to approximate close. And I couldn't get very close to the center, so I'm just. What's up with the 50K truck? There'll be more on that. I just gotta want to play Rocket League sometime. I've never actually really. I play the multiplayer stuff, but always I don't actually do like any I don't have like the friend stuff on Steam. Like I guess I could. I've just never shared my username. I probably should just do that. Huh. Do I have a spare tiny dancer? Kind of like if you know exactly how many RCs you have, you don't have enough. I know for sure I have like a spare parts one at the shop. I just don't know what I had here. So, do I want to go through this? I don't think so. I think I'll just charge the shitty nickel metal hydride pack and then I'll worry about this fun fancy conversion later. Oh, that is, you know what? This whole like I bought this ISDT charger like the beginning of the year. It's like it's because I was gonna like set myself up a nice travel charging setup. Um, and then I haven't traveled or gone to any, and then I completely forgot that I needed to get it, like set up the balance or the charging leads and all that. Dang it. Do I have a DC in? Because it would be nice to have my charger up there. Let's see. I have a bin that's labeled charging that has like my spare leads and stuff on it. But there's an XT60 lead setup. I could have swore I had a blue cord that had the lead setup for going into my ProTech. Damn it. I wonder what I did with that. I guess I could make one, but that take one of the. I've got this one that has the barrel plug on it, which I definitely don't use. I don't know which one I had that used a barrel, but I could strip that back and make it my, put an XT61 on it. Is it in the ProTech? No, because I've never actually used the ProTech anywhere outside of the studio. So I don't know. I'll look around maybe a little bit more, but Philip, download Tinder or something. Just trying to get it. I play it on Epic Games. I have Epic, but I only have Epic Games for SnowRunner. Did you know they discontinued the original Dancing Rider? I did not know this. Well, labeling your bins just makes sense. It should, right? My bin is labeled wires. Oh, I have two other bins. I have a soldering bin and a wiring bin. So my soldering bin has my small soldering iron in it, my little TS100. So my TS100, the XT60 lead for it, and the little like travel soldering stand setup. And then I've got my wiring bin, and that one has like bulk wiring in it. So I've got a spool here of, what size is this? This is 18 gauge paired cable, so it's all together. This is like the wires that come with a Tekin speed control. But then I also have this bulk wiring, which is 12 gauge. This, I get this off Amazon from BN Tech Go. And it's a red and black 12 gauge, but it's like nicely stranded wire. It's really good wire. So I buy the 12 gauge and the 14. And then I've got a bunch of like voltmeters, XT60 plugs, just random stuff like that. This is the wrong side, I'm pretty sure. I think this is just a wired up XT60 lead for an ESC. Yeah, it's the wrong side. Wah, wah, wah. That could go in there though. That could go in the other bin. So, yeah. It's good to be organized. Only in this room. I don't have a bin. I have a pile. So, yeah, I feel like I should get this ISDT ready and going. Granted, if I take enough batteries, it doesn't really matter. Don't lie, you play Fortnite on Epic. I've never played Fortnite. Never once. TS100 is awesome. I do like that little, it's nice and handy. There looks to be XT60 wiring in the bit. There is some, but it's just not the one I need. How is it meaning soldering iron? I was going to get one, but was trying to justify it to my... Honestly, I use it for most things. It's super easy. It works well. It heats up super fast. I'm somewhat organized, but still can't find shit. Played Fortnite once, died twice, never again. Yeah. Most of the time, like right now, I've been playing Moose, like what Moose Jaw just said. Wreckfest is what I've been playing. I play Wreckfest more than anything right now. So big fan of Wreckfest, like Moose Jaw just said. So I'm gonna get that situated. Where did this come from? It's also the wrong one, right? Yes. Oh, but I could still take it. Or do I need it? I don't know. I'm lost sometimes. The nice thing with this is that you can, if you have like just a big battery, you can plug the big battery right in, like a, 5,000 or 6,000 milliamp battery, and then you can charge your smaller batteries off of it. Fun fact. Jesse Schultz and his PUBG. I've never played it. I've basically been playing Art of Rally since it finally came out. I've never played that one. I'm looking forward to Dirt 5 a lot. I just bought a 40-inch Milwaukee tool chest for my office, RC tools and stuff. Can't wait to get, yes. That was the best. I bought this big one here, and it's just for RC stuff. And I got too much shit on top of it right now, but what is this free time to play video games you speak of? Yeah, I play at night a little bit every once in a while. Usually after I've done editing, if I have any time, or on Tuesdays or Thursdays. Or actually sometimes on Wednesdays after live stream. I have my generator tomorrow. Ooh, I will have my generator. That's good to know. So honestly, I don't think that I'm going to need it. I'll probably have enough batteries charged by then anyway. I just remembered that I bought this thing for traveling, and I haven't traveled. So, yes. All right. I'm going to call this thing because I need to get the battery charger is a little loud, so I haven't used it. So I'm going to start that, get going. But I want to thank all you guys for joining. I'm going to finish the little bit of preparation that I've started. Hey, my drone battery's finished. See? Making progress. Let's get out of here. See you guys probably Sunday. We'll still probably do STL Sunday. So if you're into it, we'll see you then. If not, we'll see you. Oh, I'll probably put out a video for the crawling out of COVID event. Maybe it'll be live by Sunday. We'll see. Hit the like button before you leave. Thanks for joining. See you next time.